Hello, everyone. On this Thursday, October 10th, I hope you are having a wonderful evening. We have lots to talk about today. Retirees, if you know one, share this with them. They'll love hearing this. They're getting an increase in their Social Security checks. Also, do you know what today is? It is World Mental Health Day. We're going to tell you what this year's theme is. Plus, residents in a West Mobile neighborhood have green drinking water. What is that all about? It's time right now for News 5 Now.
This is News 5 Now, streaming live to your neighborhood and around the world.
Hello, everybody. I'm Roseanne Haven. So glad you're with us on this Thursday. We have lots of stories to talk about. This is where we talk about the big stories of the day. We're going to share your answers to our question of the day and see how you voted on our Facebook poll. Let's go ahead and do that. Get to our big stories for you. Number 5, millions of Social Security recipients will get a 2.5% cost of living increase to their monthly checks beginning in January. The cost of living adjustment, or COLA as they call it, for retirees translates to about $50 more every month. Number 4, today is World Mental Health Day, and this year's theme, prioritizing mental well-being in the workplace. They did surveys recently, and it showed that mental health symptoms have improved since 2021, but workers say they don't think that's happened for them. In fact, employees are saying their overall mental health has declined. Fewer than 40% said their employer prioritizes mental health. Another survey shows workers who are hybrid by choice, they have shorter mental health symptoms, less stigma, and a better relationship to their job. Now, employees can actually do something to help their mental health. One, by expressing gratitude. I love that. If you have an attitude of gratitude, it just makes you feel good overall, doesn't it? Another, setting aside meeting-free days. I'm good with that. Practicing mindfulness and being a source of support for your colleagues. If you're one who's always encouraging others, that's another thing that just makes you feel good. Now, let's go to number 3. Hurricane Milton. It has moved into the Atlantic, but boy, did it cause quite a path of destruction across central Florida. The storm made landfall as a Category 3 hurricane. Look at these images, bringing tornadoes, dangerous wind gusts, and high storm surge to areas already reeling from Hurricane Helene. The wind strong enough to rip off the roof of Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Bay Rays. Amazingly, no injuries or deaths reported there. And, you know, they had first responders staged there in the facility. A few blocks away, though, a crane collapsed into one of the tallest residential buildings on Florida's west coast. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people have been rescued from the waters across Florida's west coast. Number 2, a historic elementary school in Baldwin County. It's almost history itself. Look at it, torn to shreds here. Demolition of the old Vaughn Elementary campus is almost finished. The school was closed in 2009, and now it's going to serve a different purpose. The property is being transferred from the school board to the county. Once that happens, the county will determine what they will use the property for. Time now for number 1. Ooh. Some people in Mobile County are upset the tap water coming into their homes. Can you tell by the images here? It's green. Yeah, they want to know, why is it green? Residents in West Mobile complaining about this green drinking water from South Alabama Utilities. And we started looking into this after several people who live in the Amelia Lake neighborhood reached out after having issues with their water. Our reporter working on this, Catherine Brook, told me it's green, but it almost has more of a bluish tint to it. Now, South Alabama Utilities released a statement to us, and they said The water has been flushed and tested to ensure it meets the drinking water standards and specifications met by ADEM and EPA. South Alabama Utilities says if residents are still experiencing water issues, to contact their office. I don't know. Would you drink green water or blue water? I don't know. That's a look at our big stories of this hour. Right now, we're going to move on to the question of the day and share your answers here. The question of the day. What do you think is a suitable punishment for animal cruelty? You know, we had a story this week about a man who apparently shot an animal, someone else's goat, and we didn't show the video on air, but we've seen it, and it's startling. And so we want to know, what do you think is a suitable punishment for someone who would be cruel to an animal? I'm going to scroll and see what you're saying about this. One lady, Miss Stapleton, says, same as they did the dog, or a felony if it's bad enough, and lose the ability to have or adopt another animal. May says the same treatment they gave the animals should be passed right back to the owners. Some folks replied to that, several people agreeing. And then James and Maria Guy, I agree, but what's sad is they don't even do that for crimes against people. Felda Keen, what I would like but would never happen is whatever is done to a child or animal as abuse, the same should be done to the abuser. We thank you all so much for your comments here. Lance Outerbridge, the law says $500 to $3,000 fine or not more than a year in jail. Many animal lovers would gladly peruse the death penalty for pursue the death penalty for really mean people, though. So this got a lot of comments on it. We always like to scroll through and see what you think. Ronnie Burnett, it needs to be equal to the abuse inflicted on the animals or worse. A lot of people commenting saying that. And that is your question of the day. And now we want to move over to our Facebook poll. Let's see here. Do you believe in the Waffle House Index? Now, I had never even heard of this until this storm, and that is where they say you determine your course of action on whether or not Waffle House is closed, because Waffle House is open 24/7, right? And it turns out 99% of you say, yeah, I believe in it. It's a thing. 1% voted no. So Waffle House Index. And now we want to encourage you to participate in our next question of the day, and we will share your answer tomorrow. Your answers tomorrow at 5:30. Consumer Reports is calling for a federal ban on baby walkers, which reportedly injure thousands of infants each year. Have you had a close call or worse with this type of product? Now, I had 2 babies, and they love the walkers. We never had any problems, but we always watched them extremely closely. So we were very, very fortunate in that we never had a problem with that. And now we want to encourage you to vote in the next Facebook poll. This is a fun one. We want your vote on the Shrimp Festival. It is back this weekend in Gulf Shores. Are you going? Gotta love the Shrimp Festival. Love some. They have all kinds of shrimp and lots of arts and crafts. So many talented artists come out, and the weather is supposed to be just absolutely beautiful this weekend on the Gulf Coast. So we will be back tomorrow to share your results. And now I want to encourage you to Enjoy the rest of your evening and go to WKRG News 5, Channel 5, and tune in. Nora O'Donnell is on right now. At 6 o'clock, I hope you'll join Peter Albrecht, Gerhard Mathangani, and our chief meteorologist, Ed Bloodsworth, and me as we bring you WKRG News 5 at 6 o'clock. Gerhard, who's filling in for Simone Eli tonight, will have the Band of the Week. Also, he will have a preview of the Alabama-South Carolina game coming up this weekend, that rivalry and the rivalry between South Alabama and Troy. I think that game is next week. So we certainly hope you'll join us and have a fabulous rest of your evening. Tomorrow is Friday. See you, everyone.